All right, hey everyone, Adam and Darren here real quick. We have a lot of things to cover. It's been a while since we released a video, but in front of us are 4 of the amazing coffee selections that come in the sensory tasting kit this month for May, June. So today we're gonna highlight real quick, we have our processing differences. So these are A-B sets. We have a washed and a natural and washed in this order. Ethiopian, El Salvador. We have a light and a dark roast Ethiopian. And so real quick, we're just gonna highlight these 2, but there are 4 others in the box. And so if you wanna learn the difference between Arabica and Robusta, we have a really great Brazil Arabica paired with the India Robusta Canephora. So that's the species. We also have a grade 1 and a grade 2, or specialty versus commercial grade. And so inside we have a Panama special process anaerobic specialty paired with an old crop Mexico. And so how do you tell the difference between plus 80 and a below 80 score? And then the processing, washed and natural, and then light versus dark roast. So real quick, we're just gonna highlight these, the natural and the washed. What stood out to you, Darren, on the difference between these 2?
On the natural washed, I felt, and we did want to make a note that the El Salvador is past crop, slightly past crop.
Yep.
And that's important because what I found on the natural was that the more of the papery notes actually were more evident in the natural. Whereas the washed, I felt somehow that process kind of brought out more citrus and lime and held up pretty well considering that it's a little bit older coffee. But and I also thought that in general the natural is a bit more muted. I don't know what your thoughts were on
I felt on the natural I kind of got the syrupy body, but definitely I could tell there was some of that past crop that was just dampening the sweetness. And then the washed, just a lighter body. I was just noticing kind of the body difference between the washed being lighter and the natural being heavier, a little stickier in my mouth. Again, past crop coffees, sometimes it's hard to tell, like what's a fresh crop, what's an old crop. These are old crop, and so if you want to taste a little of that woody character, I mean, this is meant for either training, you've never tasted past crop or fresh crop or specialty or non-specialty, or it's meant for variety. This is a past crop geisha. So if you want to see what geisha tastes like when it's old, check out that washed coffee. And then the light and the dark roast. So the light is just like a classic sample roast, finished first crack. And then the dark was only going a minute longer. So only stretching out that development time. It's not really dark, but this is our nice fresh crop Ethiopian blend. So what stood out for you as like primary difference between the light Ethiopia blend and the medium dark Ethiopia blend?
Well, I think a lot of the floral qualities in the light roast come out and very, very clear. Very, very tangy, citric, a little bit of pear. What I found with the darker is that there was definitely more development, obviously, but it had more molasses and more heavy body, and also like a dried fruit element, like papaya. So it brought out more interesting flavors, which is a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Especially since we're brewing these as a V60, they're fairly different.
Yeah, they're very different. Yeah, that Ethiopia, the lighter blend, it is washed and natural. It's a blend of Ethiopian coffees. That was intentional. But it has kind of like this yellow pineapple, lemon, mango tropical fruit. And then like the darker roasted is like a dark purple, like plum and roasted peaches. And it's like you get a different spectrum on this coffee wheel. You actually hit different colors and you can taste the colors in these coffees. So that's what I love about these A-B comparisons. They're roasted at the same time in the same method, just one control variable that's different. All right, so if you want that, check those out. We'll have other coffees coming out in a sample box next month. So first come, first serve. But moving on, we wanted to highlight a few of the cool things that have been going on. So a lot's happened in the last month or so. We've had Coffee Expo. We've met a number of people. There have been some big announcements in the SCA. And we just wanted to highlight a few of those things. So I'll let Darren highlight a few big items from Expo, and then I'll talk a little bit about some of the changes that are coming down the pipe.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think it was nice after taking a break last year, not going to Expo, and coming back and being able to really see friends and colleagues and kind of catch up. And it was really a good experience for that. We were very delighted and honored to help co-host an Ethiopia cupping in the cupping labs at Houston Expo. And we were featuring coffees that are from SARCO, importing company based in Atlanta. And we had 12 coffees. How many? 6 and 6, I think we...
Yeah, that's a good question. There were about 12 coffees.
Yeah. We had, washed natural processes, had a
grade
good...
1, grade 2.
Yeah, it was really nice. All new fresh crop Ethiopian coffees that are set to deliver here in the U.S. Very, very soon. So that was really exciting for us. We were also really happy to kind of interact with our friends in Ecuador and support them in some ways for an upcoming event that they'll be doing in December of Best of Ecuador, kind of catching up on that. Obviously you'll probably talk more about this, but just some of the changes that CQI and SCA we're up to, and I think just a shout out to Cup of Excellence, because it was their 25th anniversary and they did some really special events, and I think a lot of people at the show were really excited to honor what they call the legends, and those were coffee producers that were highlighted, and they did an offsite event that I heard was wonderful, and 20th anniversary for Roast Magazine, and they had a big party, and great DJ. It was really
crazy
really fun.
venue. Great DJ.
Yeah, exactly. It really was. So I think those are some of the takeaways. I think we when we look to CoffeeFest coming up here in June here in Portland, we're really excited to be also working with SARCO and supporting them, and kind of having the local regional crowd of coffee professionals coming to Portland. So we're always happy to host and do that. So I think those are some of the
big highlights. And if you were at Expo and we missed you, we're bummed about that. It's always hard to catch everyone, but another chance, June 13, 14, we will be at CoffeeFest here in Portland, just in our backyard, and so we're excited to be partnering with SARCO with some premium Ethiopian coffees that'll be arriving in the next month. They're on the water now, and so they're coming over. Really exciting new offers from Saifa. And also at Expo, I loved the chance to do brewing and barista, intermediate and professional. So we did the practical exams for those students who had studied their primers online at How to Coffee Pro prior to that. Just intensive time, hands-on brewing and tasting, and way too much espresso. But it was awesome with the La Marzocco folks. Shout out to La Marzocco in spring down in Houston. They were awesome. So big changes, big announcements by the SCA and CQI. This is going to require some blogs and emails and lots of videos to unpack the changes that are coming down from the SCA and CQI with the CVA, Coffee Value Assessment, from the Specialty Coffee Association. They've been trying to roll this out for a while, and the big change is that the Coffee Quality Institute, who's been running the Q Grader program for 20 years, there's a merger happening. A takeover, a purchase, a merger, however you might hear it. We are not taking a position on this politically, but we are taking a position that we want to help you. If you're confused in this transition, if you're trying to figure out what's going on, there's a new evolved Q Grader, and I'm going to be sharing a lot more about that. And I'm also getting my CVA training in place. That's going to happen very soon, so that I can help you get on board with your CVA assessment, your CVA qualification, your evolved Q, your elapsed Q, whatever situation you're in. I'm gonna be making sure that we can help you out with that. And then in the meantime, if you're saying, well, how do I get into the business? How do I get my coffees to America? How do I get my coffees roasted into the local market? Darren is still taking some positions for advisory clients. If you're at Origin looking to bring your coffees to the States or export in some way, we've been helping SARCO. We've been helping Ethiopian coffees get to the US, and she is running with it, and she's doing an awesome job. We're so excited for her first couple containers coming in. And if you're just local and you're trying to get your roaster or your cafe off the ground, we are also really excited. Darren's been helping right on the ground here in Portland with that. So yeah, just kind of some of the things that you're excited to offer real quick, and what kind of bandwidth you might have to take on a few more coffee entrepreneurs.
Yeah, if you're here locally, anywhere in the world really, we offer services along the lines of quality control, quality assessment, bridging relationships between producers and roasters in the roast community, providing advisory services that would help you make determinations on coffees that you want to purchase,
Yep.
Or other clients that you want to engage with. We do have a little bit of a referral service to kind of outsource needs that might not be in our bandwidth. I am looking to bring on some more clients if they're interested, so that we can provide those services, and we can really tailor your needs. We can customize what you need in your arc of building a business, maintaining a business, growing the business in the coffee sector. So we really want to be as inclusive and expand what we can provide. So I think it's been exciting for me to work with someone here locally on primarily doing quality control checks and vendor relationships, groups that we would maybe recommend that people work with it in the roasting community, and really just being a bridge for those that are interested. So please head to our site, SCA.Training, and we do have a consultation that we can provide for free to kind of assess your needs. So
yeah, absolutely. It's a long value chain to get from the green to the roast to the brew, and we just want to help you navigate that. So maybe it just looks like a few months. We just get you running and then you go. We're not looking to sign you up for anything long term. Just really helping kick that off and make life better. Make life better using your coffee business. One more big announcement. I guess I feel like it's big because I live in this world of quality control and flavor wheels. LeNez du Cafe is coming out with a brand new kit, and it's in my closet. I still have to unbox it. I brought it back from the show in my suitcase. But they've updated some of the aromas. They've added some from the LeNez du Vin and whiskey, and it's more encompassing of Robusta. So I'm gonna have to unpack that box and do a whole new series on our LeNez du Cafe, which is 54 vials now instead of 36.
That's a big expansion.
It's a big expansion, so get your noses ready, and those will be available on the lab store. We're also bringing in some new spoons. We're getting pre-orders for your green coffee screens, so you can save while we get those pre-orders going. They're handmade in Vietnam. We have to order them months in advance, and like you, we're all facing new tariff situations, and so we're trying to make the best of the situation while we got it. In closing, we would love to see you in Portland for CoffeeFest. We're going to be following up with more product announcements, especially highlighting our Ethiopian coffees that Darren's helping get over here. We're really excited about. And new products, also the CBA and what it means for Q graders and SCA trainers, and those of you who are on the pathway. So hey, thanks for sticking around with us, and I don't know, drink more great coffee, right?
Yeah.
Make life better. Go get your sensory kit while you got the chance. Can't wait to see you in the next video.
All right. Thanks, everybody.